Hello and welcome back to Chaotic Kitchen Chronicles Part 2. This is my first sourdough loaf ever. I have my bowl, I have my book, I have my food scale, I have my whisk, and I have my sourdough starter, which I just realized she may need a little more time because I fed her this morning. She got bubbles, but she hasn't really doubled. So I'm gonna set everything here and I will be back very soon. I'm gonna get ready for the day and come back and we'll get to it. Okay, change of plans. It's already 10:45. I did my makeup and I was hungry, so I made breakfast. I have to meet my mom at 12:30. And let me show you my starter. I feel like I messed up and I should have not fed her and made the dough and then fed her after. I realized my mistake, but she has grown like since I fed her a little while ago. So see, like just within the last, I don't know, hour-ish, she's grown about this much and she's very like poofy at the top. So I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna let her do her thing, and then I'm gonna start the dough later today. And then she can proof overnight and then I'll bake her in the morning. Just like I planned, I just won't do it as early as I wanted to. Okay, so I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna get dressed and in a little bit go meet my mom and I will come back. But she's gonna chill in the warm cabinet and she's gonna do her thing. Okay, really quick and really bad lighting. It is 12:10, I'm literally heading out the door. But I wanted to show you my girl. She's grown so much in what, the last 2 hours. Let me put this on hold. Okay, look at her. So in that cabinet, it's showing like 68, but I swear it's warmer in there. But she's grown so much since we last saw her a little while ago. She was like an hour-ish ago. She was just barely over this. And it was just like, I don't know. But she's alive and doing her thing. So when I get back, I'm gonna prep my dough, let her rest, do the stretch and folds, let her rest, stretch and folds, let her rest, stretch and folds, let her rest. Anyways, we'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Now time to prep my dough. So I got it on the food scale. I'm gonna add my water. And then after that, I'll add my starter. I'll put the measurements on the screen. I can't remember at the moment. So here goes in my starter. I believe I measured it out ahead of time, and that's why I put it in a separate dish. But in goes my starter. Okay, now we're moving the scale aside and we're gonna give this a good mix. Try and dissolve the starter into the water. And I'm breaking up here all the pieces that didn't dissolve well. I was just breaking them up by hand. And now I'm going to be adding my bread flour. Again, I'll put the measurements on the screen. Okay, after the flour, I added my salt. A lot of recipes say not to do this at this point, but my recipe is a little more simplified, so I'm adding the salt now. Okay, now it's time to give it a good mix. Okay, now that I have my dough formed, I'm gonna get it into a clean bowl, cover it, and let it rest. Okay, so I'm back from the park and I'm prepping the dough. I already did it. I'm just gonna do a voiceover because my boyfriend was home and I didn't want to like be a nuisance. So I got my dough ready to go. It's all shaggy like the book says. Okay, now that my stretch and folds are over, I'm preparing my banneton bowl. Now that I've done it already, I realized I didn't need to do this at this point. I could have just kept it in the original bowl for the overnight rise. But hey, you live and you learn. So I'm prepping this with flour so it doesn't stick. And then I'm going to shape my dough and get it in the banneton bowl. Okay, so I've shaped my dough and now I'm gonna get it in the bowl with the seam side up. I decided to cover mine and just keep it in my microwave overnight. Is the best spot for it, so in it goes and we'll come back to it tomorrow. Good morning. It is 9 a.m. Sunday morning. I have a big mess behind me, so ignore that. I'm gonna get to that in just a moment. I did cook and prepare my dough yesterday for my sourdough, so I created quite a mess, and it's one of those things where I didn't want to worry about it yesterday, so now I have to worry about it today. Ignore my appearance because I've had a lazy morning. I've had my sourdough proofing in the microwave overnight, and I'm really excited. Look at how big. Is that not amazing? She looks a little crusty on top, but that's okay. I'm gonna bake her this morning. I'm gonna clean the kitchen first because I need the counter space. I'm gonna cover her and put her back until I'm done cleaning the kitchen. I am watching something on YouTube, so I'm gonna go finish that and then I'm gonna clean the kitchen. And I have to, because I need all the dishes clean, I need the counters wiped down and like have the space, and I need to wash. I still haven't washed the Dutch oven, so I need to wash that and get that in the oven to warm up. And I will be back eventually to see how this goes. I'm so excited. So I'll be back in a bit, maybe an hour. Give me some time. Okay, so I cleaned up my kitchen a little bit. I don't know where I'm at in this video, but today is Sunday and I'm baking the bread today. She's washed and ready to go, so I'm gonna put her in the oven and I'm gonna turn it on. We're preheating the oven with the Dutch oven to 450 degrees, making sure it had like these little things. I want to make sure they're all off, but I did wash it, so I should be good. I'm just being paranoid. So I'm preheating the oven to 450 with the Dutch oven in there, and I'm going to set up my workstation, get my dough, got my parchment paper. Don't have rice flour, so I'm just using regular flour decent. So we have the beautiful, the lovely. I'm gonna get my book. I have my tools, my scoring thing, and my little cute duster. I washed both of them. I have my workstation set up. Okay, it says in the morning, shape and coax the dough onto a lightly floured surface. So I do need this and make it so it's round. So we're supposed to let it rest for another 30 minutes to an hour. So I gotta shape it, put it back in my banneton bowl, and then let it rest. So maybe I will turn the oven off temporarily. At this point, I'm getting a little anxious because she won't come out and she's sticking. But now I know it doesn't matter because I'm about to shape her anyway, and then she's gonna go back in the bowl. And after that happens, she doesn't stick. So we're all good, no need to stress. She got a little misshapen. So this is how people do it online, so I don't know if I'm doing it right. So you're supposed to kind of do this. See these crusty pieces? I don't know if that's bad. Should I have removed those pieces? Trust the process. At this point, I was really nervous. But look, now I'm getting a little more confident. I'm shaping the dough. It's getting a little bit better. So just trust the process. Keep going. Try not to be afraid of her. I feel like that's a big problem for me. I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm messing it up. And I might be, but it's my first time, so I'm not gonna be too hard on myself. It says to do it like this. I mean, she looks round. Does she not? I think that was my problem. I'm gonna put more flour in my banneton bowl. It was sticking a little, so I'm putting a little extra on the bottom. Second rise, or whatever rise this is. Okay, so I shaped her, put her back in the banneton bowl, and she's gonna proof for an hour, I think I'm gonna do. I didn't read that part, my bad. Okay, well, she's gonna sit there for an hour. I will catch you eventually. Okay, so it's been an hour. And she is ready to be flipped over. So it says to flip her over on the parchment. Oh, she came out right off that time. So I have my little razor blade that came with that kit I got. The oven is preheating. I used a candy cane as a bookmark. So it came with options of how to cut it. You can do just a straight line down the middle. Oh, you can't even see that. Which is probably the easiest. It just needs somewhere for it to rise, so it rises up instead of out. You can do like a half moon, which is pretty. There's a few options, but I'm kind of liking this one right here. It has like the little lines on the side. So I think I'm gonna try that. Okay, so it says to like rub the flour. It's kind of loose, which I don't know if that's bad. And for this one, we're doing a half moon. And then like this. Oops. I may have put way too much flour, but we're just going with it. It's a lot, and I realize that. No judgment, please. This is my first time. Okay, the oven and the Dutch oven are ready to go. I didn't end up using this, I think, because I just put so much flour to begin with. All right, she's going in. All right, say goodbye for now. These won't burn, right? It's oven safe. Parchment paper. There she goes. She's in. Let's set the timer. That's 20 minutes, but I'm doing 30 because I'm not doing, it says 20 minutes covered, 30 minutes uncovered, and then take it out and just put it on the rack for 10 minutes in the oven. I'm not doing that. I'm doing 30 minutes with the lid on, 30 minutes with the lid off. So we'll see her in 30 minutes. I'm gonna clean up, hope for the best. She's so gorgeous. Look at this. I love that design too. I did definitely put too much flour, but that's okay. Next time I won't do as much. I'm gonna pop her back in for another 30 minutes. Timer went off. Okay, I'm gonna set you up here. Oh my gosh. She's gorgeous. I think I'm okay with all the flour. It's not too terrible, but look at how beautiful. This is probably one of my worst angles yet, but we're gonna put her on the cooling rack. Oh no, the parchment paper is falling apart. Is it baked? Ah! Mayday, mayday. Come on, Walmart. Nobody else this happened to. Do I use a spatula? Okay, let's try a spatula. She's so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna take her off the parchment paper and let her cool by her. This parchment paper is supposedly oven safe, but it fell apart. Look at how amazing and like For my first loaf, this is amazing. Like, I am so proud of. Okay, says to wait an hour, and I will check back in when we slice her up. Oh, I'm terrible at this. My knife is not super sharp, unfortunately. My last bit is always hard for this knife. Oops. That's a very soft on the inside. It's dark in here. Bad lighting. My apologies. I'm cutting it all up. I don't know if this is a mistake, but I don't think we'll. Oh shoot. There she is in all her glory. I'm gonna put this in my bread basket and then we'll put some butter on this slice. I feel like this whole video led up to this and my horrible bread slicing skills. Look at this beautiful sourdough. Smells so good. We're just gonna take a bite. I'm gonna take a bite. Like, this is what I think of when I think of sourdough bread. This is so good. Also today, I'm gonna share this in another video. I don't know if that video is being posted before or after this one, but I made discard flour tortillas, sourdough flour tortillas, with my discard that I've been saving in the fridge, and these are good. They came out really good. Let's give it up for the star of the show. Without her, we would be nothing. Look at her thriving. She's got bubbles. She's doubled in size. You are trying to start your own sourdough starter. Keep going, don't give up. She's gonna do amazing things. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.